What's up, everybody? Anthony here with a Resident Evil 5 Mercenaries Duo video. And right now, me and my friend Kylenat1to3,
What's up, everybody?
we are partnering up and we are getting geared up for Operation Raccoon City. And Kyle?
That's right, Anthony. We will be doing talking about Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City, which is set to release March 20th of this year, so only about another month to go. And this will be different from the previous Resident Evils, but possibly in a good way.
Yes, Operation Raccoon City takes place around Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3. So you're going to see some familiar things going on, some familiar activities and events. And maybe, if you're lucky, you'll see Leon S. Kennedy and Claire Redfield, because apparently during Resident Evil 2, Leon and Claire were going through a nice little survival phase, and apparently we might be able to see them. And in Operation Raccoon City, you have a decision to make whether you want to go after Leon and Claire, or you can just not go after them. If you do do or do not, that actually changes how the story will go.
That's right. So there's a lot more player interface there. Like Anthony said, you have the choice, which will affect the story later in the game. But to just take a quick note on how the game will play, it will be a third-person shooter. However, it will not follow the normal Resident Evil format where you have to stop and shoot, aim and shoot. This one, you will be able to move while you are aiming and shooting at the same time. Also, you will be able to take a meat shield, which means if you injure someone, you can pick them up and use them similarly to how you would in, say, Gears of War. I know you're quite fond of that, Anthony, but
well, it's always nice to have a little meat shield.
That's
right.
Because
if something's firing at you, you want to just, grab onto a meat shield and be like, hey, you ain't shooting me. And then you just shoot them back, and then, all
That's
that
right.
fun stuff.
But in this game, if you do get shot, you will bleed, and your character will say that he's bleeding, and you have to take the time to stitch yourself up with some kind of health kit or health pack or something. They haven't really talked too much about that, but they have said that while you are bleeding, you will attract the infected. They will smell the blood, and you will draw a horde in. So that's not to say that you can't even take an infected zombie as a meat shield. So there's going to be a lot of interesting things.
Just make sure the zombie's dead.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of interesting things. That zombie, if he's not dead, possibly will be able to turn around and bite you. It's not confirmed either way, so I guess we're going to have to get the game and find out.
Yes, and even though if you do have a meat shield and the zombie is alive and he does decide to turn around and bite you, well, maybe you're smart enough to try to push it away and then later put a bullet in its end, and then later use it as a meat shield.
Another character announcement, Hunk will be in the game. It's not confirmed whether or not you can play as Hunk. For those of you who remember in Resident Evil 3, Hunk was one of the characters you could use in the Mercenaries, and he has that big old gas mask on and a tactical helmet, and he's just all geared up and ready for more action. But so it's not confirmed that you will play as Hunk, but you will definitely be playing part of the USS, or Umbrella Security Service, with Hunk. So he will be in your team, not necessarily in your control.
And another character that has been around since this whole Operation Raccoon City was Jill Valentine, because in Resident Evil 3 she went back to Raccoon City after the whole her being in the Arcalay Mountains over in the Spencer estate. And so during Resident Evil 3, she went back to Raccoon City. She was getting chased by the Nemesis T-Type. And since Operation Raccoon City was during those times, who knows? Maybe we might see some Jill Valentine and some Nemesis action going on.
Yes, and by Nemesis and Jill Valentine action, I hope you don't mean something other than shooting at each other.
I have nothing to say.
Anyway, yeah, so Operation Raccoon City, I mean, this year, 2012, really will be the year of Resident Evil. We have Operation Raccoon City coming out. The newest Resident Evil movie is set to come out in September, and Resident Evil 6 has even been announced for November of this coming year. So lots of Resident Evil action, lots of zombie killing, lots of apocalyptic mayhem going on.
Yes, and I certainly cannot wait for Resident Evil Retribution, especially because there's going to be more Jill Valentine, because Jill Valentine is my favorite character out of anyone in the Resident Evil series. And they're supposed to add some new people. They're adding Ada Wong, Leon S. Kennedy, and even Barry Burton is going to be in this one. So this is going to be a little bit interesting.
Yeah, so it will definitely be interesting. A lot more of the actual Resident Evil cast than before. Before, yeah, they had a couple. They had Claire Redfield, they had Chris Redfield, but it wasn't a true Resident Evil in that sense. It was the story of Alice and what she went through in her story, but it had nothing to do really with what Chris Redfield's doing and what Jill Valentine's been doing, and what any other classic Resident Evil characters have been doing. And now they're in the last movie, and then in this one they're being thrown in there, I think, kind of to draw in the true Resident Evil fans. But it's zombie killing action. What more could you want?
Zombies, guns, it's perfect. It's beautiful.
Your favorite character, Anthony, with Jill Valentine, she might even be wearing those tight pants you were talking about.
When was I talking about the tight pants?
Earlier, we were watching our own video and you were talking about Jill Valentine tight pants.
No, those kind of tight pants.
Oh, well.
Not the jumpsuit.
Well, that's not a jumpsuit. That's like a tack suit. Tactical. She's shooting zombies. Anyway.
Whatever.
That's we're getting off subject here. So back to what we were talking about before. Operation Raccoon City is set to be the best looking and the best feeling Resident Evil to date. I don't know if they're going to, when Resident Evil 6 comes out, incorporate the move and shoot at the same time. In that game, it wasn't. It's neither confirmed or denied yet at this date. So the reveal was only just announced a couple weeks ago, but the game is set to come out in November. So that's a long time from now.
And from what we both know, with Resident Evil 6, it's most definitely going to have Leon S. Kennedy, who is looking pretty damn old, not going to lie. Chris Redfield is also going to be in it, but still looks the same. But we will have the Resident Evil 6 trailer down at this description below, so look out for that.
Also, don't be sure to check me out on my channel. As Anthony said, it will be in the description below. Always, be a buddy, be a pal. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button if you like the video. There will always be more to talk about, especially in the coming weeks with Resident Evil. When Operation Raccoon City comes out, be sure to check both of our channels for gameplay and updates on the game.
And I just realized something. Not once have we actually talked about the Mercenaries video that's actually going on right now.
Well, we got about a minute left. Let's do it.
All right, fine, let's do it. As you can see, Jill Valentine is currently hauling ass while dealing with one of the parasite heads, and there's Chris Redfield that mans up with the shotgun, another little virus head. As you can see, though, I'm currently running out of ammo, getting attacked by spiders and all that other lovely stuff.
Getting shot at by Chris too, apparently.
Yeah, Chris, just absolutely hates Jill Valentine, apparently.
I'm telling you, dude, they're doing something together.
God almighty.
Anyway, but so this was Mercenaries. We were using the stars. Here comes the rank, and this was one of our best games. Unfortunately, I didn't get to capture it, but as always, like, favorite, and subscribe.
This is it. Thank you guys for watching.
See you guys on the battlefield.